Hello, hi, namaste. Welcome back to my channel U24 Healings. This is Vishali, your spiritual healer, psychic medium, occultist, and a writer. Today, I have a very interesting topic to speak, and this was running in my mind from a couple of days. Finally, I had some time with me, and I thought I will make a video to help everybody. And it's a very important topic about psychic attacks. Okay, so many of you all have heard about psychic attacks, so I'm going to be speaking how to recognize if you are under a psychic attack. It does not matter whether you are a healer, light worker, any healing practitioner, Reiki practitioner. This is a general video which will help each and everybody, and more specifically a healer, because usually they are more vulnerable to the bad energies. Okay, so what is a psychic attack? So I have made some points here so that I don't miss out in this video. When your energy becomes low, you have high fatigue, like tiredness without any reason. You have not done much work but you still feel tired, and you have a hard time to cope up with your daily tasks. You feel so tired that you want to rest in the bed all the time. You don't want to do anything, any of your routine work or duties, and you are generally very irritated, angry, or you are feeling maybe too hungry, excessively thirsty. Okay, so these are a couple of signs. You may also feel like crying, getting angry on a specific person or overall. You may have anxiety, you may have fear. Now what is anxiety? Is basically you have too much thoughts about a certain thing, situation, which is not required for that particular day or hour of the day. Maybe it's just coming, any past incident, something that has already created a lot of trauma in your life, and it's just coming back to you again and again, even though you may have healed from that situation. Okay, I also want to say that some of you may be hearing voices. Now these voices are different from what you may hear from your angels. These voices are confusing to understand. They may be prompting you to do negative stuff, or think negatively, or excessively ask or command you to do something which you usually don't do. So you need to recognize that. You may feel like crying, or you may hear as if somebody is crying. It may be a female's voice, it can be some other voice. You usually feel the crying voice. Okay, and one more thing, most of my clients have also confirmed, is that you always feel somebody's presence around you. Okay, you can't see, but you can feel the heaviness, you can feel that heaviness around the energy of the room of your house. So these are all the very strong indications. I also feel that you may come across situations where things are moving around in the house, like you kept a certain thing, like maybe your wallet or keys at a certain place, and you find it in a different place. You just feel like, things are going missing. That is also part of it. You suddenly start speaking very negatively, arrogant, or you may find somebody in the house speaking extremely negative or arrogant for no reason, or they were extremely rude, and there is no obvious incident to be so rude. And I also feel that you may be getting attracted to a certain specific person which you usually don't get attracted to you. So basically you might start feeling too lusty towards that person. Okay, okay, so this is a very difficult situation, that you're feeling lusty and you feel attracted to that person, but otherwise you don't like that person. So definitely they are doing something, they are sending some negative energy towards you, or some kind of spell work, or some kind of thoughts or words, because that is how specifically the energy comes to you. So you need to identify whether this is your energy or somebody else's energy which is coming to you. Usually most of the healers, light workers, and the spiritual practitioners feel this kind of psychic attacks immediately after they are done with the healing session, if they have not protected and grounded their self pretty well during the session. So the first thing I would like to say is, like, specifically to all the people who start spiritual practices without knowing the grounding process, okay, without knowing how to protect themselves, without knowing how to protect their aura, because this will attract the negative energy. The negative energy can stay in that particular place where you are practicing. So if you're practicing from your home or from your office or someplace, it is very important that you start with a prayer, you end with a prayer, and after that you cleanse yourself, okay. Doesn't matter how many clients you handle in a particular day, but what is more important is that you need to cleanse yourself. So I have these couple of remedies, tips, tools, and ideas which I wanted to share with you, and I'm sure this will help. And you may also like to add some more stuff which you are practicing. You can mention that in the comments, and of course like and subscribe this video because it's made with so much love, okay. Okay, so first things first is that anybody who is going through an extreme exhaustion and is feeling tired and fatigued, so literally it won't be possible to get around and do the cleansing work by yourself. So that time, ask for help. And the first thing what you could do is, like, whoever is at home, maybe your mother, your father, somebody, ask them to, like, 3 times roll the salt in their hands over your head to toe in this position, okay, in anti-clockwise 3 times, okay. And then let them just flush it off, because you are not able to do it yourself. If you can do it yourself, nothing like it, but in case you're not able to do it, so ask somebody to help you. First thing is, like, if this is also happening to your child, you can do it for your child. So this is the first thing. Second thing is, like, you need to just clap, okay. Might sound funny, but it works, because when you yourself don't have any energy and you want to change the vibration of the energy around you, so all you have to do is, like, just clap 1 2 3 times. You have to clap. It doesn't matter where you clap, left or right, above or bottom, it doesn't matter. That the essence is that you need to clap, you need to generate new vibrational energy, so that the energetic vibration around you changes. Because, guys, everything is energy, and everything is energy, frequency and vibration. So you need to change that particular energy vibration. So that was second. Third is very simple, very very easy. You may be anywhere, you don't have your cell phones, you don't have anything with you, you cannot even speak or tell somebody what you're going through, but there's one simple thing what you can do, and that is you can write, okay. So I advise you that carry pen with you always wherever you are, and you just have to write love and light, just like this, how I have written love and light. When you write this, and you say to the universe, you say to all the positive energies which you are praying, okay, the gods that you are praying, and ask them to send you love and light and blessings, because there is no energy powerful in this world than love, okay. Love is the highest frequency, so ask for it, okay, and you will receive it. Second, you can also write is peace and joy, just like how I have written here, okay. Peace and joy. It doesn't matter you write on the left hand, on the right hand, you write on your palm, anywhere you can write, but you need to write. So this will again raise the vibrations. You will start feeling positive. So as soon as you do that, now all you have to do is, if you have a piece of rose quartz, bring it closer to your heart chakra. It can be anything. It can be a tumble stone, it can be a mala, it can be rock, crystal, anything, or it can be even like this, okay. This is a very pretty rose quartz ball, okay. I usually use it in my healing practices, and this is my personal rose quartz, which I use for my self healing. And all you have to do is you have to put it closer to your heart chakra, okay. And you let this beautiful, soft, high vibrational love energy flow to your heart chakra, because usually the attack is done through the heart chakra or on the 7th crown chakra, the 7th chakra, which is the crown chakra, okay. So guys, this is very very helpful. and it's very pretty, it's very soft, it's very very nurturing. It has a lot of feminine energy. I personally love this crystal. It is one of my favorite crystal, and this will help you a lot immediately to connect with your own energy and to the source energy, because somebody has created you, and that somebody is universe. And try to get connected to the love energy, to the source energy, okay, the one who has created everything. So this is one rose quartz. Then if you have any other heart chakra crystals, that will help, okay, like jade will help, green aventurine can help, and I also have these cute little hearts, okay, these are also very pretty. This is a fuchsia crystal, okay, this is also very very pretty, okay. So use this to heal your heart chakra. Now second point that I'd like to make, that once you have done this cleansing, okay, so give it some time, like rest for a while. Maybe you don't want to talk to somebody, don't talk, give it some time. Then moving on to the next point, I really tell this to a lot of my clients, especially on the daily basis, and that is chakra balancing, okay. So if you know about chakras, you know how to balance them. Whichever practices you follow, do that. And you can also include the tuning fork, okay. I have this MI 528, okay, hertz tuning fork, and this, what you got to do is you got to hold this, and on your each chakra you just have to give the vibrations. So suppose you want to clear your crown chakra, this is how you will do, okay, and go on, okay. Sixth chakra, your fifth chakra, your heart chakra, and so on, okay. You can also cleanse all the energy around you like this, okay. Now I'm just using it pretty mildly, but you can, you know, you can even do it more loudly if you want, okay. So all of these things you can do. I hope guys you're liking this, right, because this is very very informative. Then I have one more thing to show you, is the singing bowl, okay, the singing bowl method. So if you're really sick and you can't even get up from the bed and you're feeling very high fatigue, so what you got to do is that this singing bowl, this will go all around the house, all the corners of the house. You can hear this sound, it's very powerful, okay. So there's no rule which singing bowl, what material, nothing at all. You need to have this in your house if you are a spiritual practitioner, and just give this vibrations, let it settle down on its own. Don't try to break the sound, okay. This is very very helpful, and specifically it will lift the vibration of the space. The space clearing is very important, okay. Now if all of things you don't have, don't worry, okay. You can just go and stand in the sunlight. Very very powerful, extremely powerful. Now if the sunlight is not possible in your apartment or in your house or wherever, try to move out, take somebody's help, and go and sit in the sunlight every day. 15 minutes, it's very important. At least 15-20 minutes, it's important. Then the next point is salt bath, rock salt bath, very very powerful. Epsom salt also you can add, very very powerful. At least do it for as frequently as possible, or at least 40 days if the attack is pretty heavy or very serious. They can also use essential oil bath. So there are a lot of essential oils available, but I would personally suggest lavender, rose, rosemary. There are many options, you can choose whatever you like or wherever you feel attracted to. Then smudging is a very powerful technique. You can smudge with sage, copal, ma, it's spelled as MYRRA, so but it's pronounced as ma, and frankincense. So these are again very very powerful, and they will help you lift the vibrations of your place. If you don't have anything available next to your locality, you can even use dried rose petals. Okay, even if this is not there, you can use camphor, which most of the Indian houses have. Okay, whoever is into puja and rituals, they will have camphor very easily available. Just burn the camphor around the house. Okay, and that will also lift the vibrations. Then I would like to suggest Reiki. There are many very good Reiki practitioners online on the YouTube itself. You can choose somebody whom you trust, where you feel resonated with, and let them help you, because sometimes you cannot help yourself, right? So let them help you. I think some of the channels which I can recommend is Divine Light, Divine White Light, and I will also put some more channels in my recommendation in the comments. Okay, because I just cannot quickly remember now. Next is mantras. Okay, so most of the people, or some of you, whoever wants to do chanting or is doing chanting, they will have japa malas. If you don't have, then please go get one for yourself. So the japa malas look like this. This is my japa mala. Okay, and just keep this with you, close to your pillow, or close to you when you're going to sleep, because usually the psychic attacks happen when you are sleeping, when you are not consciously aware about what is happening around you. So japa malas are easily available anywhere. It does not really have to be very expensive. You can just go buy whatever cheap mala is available, or expensive mala. It's totally up to you, but the point is the mala needs to be there with you. Okay, and rather than trusting anybody's energy, you chant, and it's very simple. There is no big technique. Okay, you can chant Om. Okay, or you can chant Shiva, right? So this will instantly lift up your energy. So all you have to do is just chant like this: Shiva, 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 Shiva. You don't have to say it loudly, you can just say it softly, but this has to go on. Okay, so this is again a pretty powerful method. And then I would like to show some couple of crystals. I don't want to make this video too long, so I want to show you all the crystals that I use for myself, and also during a pretty heavy reading. Okay, so one is, you really need to have this is selenite. Okay, it can be anything. I have this raw crystal, tumble stones, a bracelet, or anything is totally fine. So what I usually do is, when you're feeling, let's suppose you're an empath and you're feeling too heavy energy, then just hold this and sit for a while, or you can even just cleanse the area around you, especially when you come back from work, or you've done a session and you feel very very heavy. This is the best crystal ever, which will help you to restore your energy, I promise, because I love this, and this is very very powerful. Next, right after that, is clear quartz. This is equally powerful, helps immediately. I think it starts working in couple of minutes. So you really need to have this. It's very pretty. Okay, you can also keep amethyst, okay, in this form, or any other form, whichever you like. I also have an amethyst tumble stone. So guys, these are a couple of crystals. Please make a note of this. This will help you. Tiger stone. Okay, this is how it looks. I hope you can see. Tiger stone bracelet helps a lot. Amethyst I already showed you. Then I have this labradorite. This is another very very beautiful crystal, and extremely powerful crystals, guys. Extremely powerful. So this helps a lot, specifically when you have a lot of fear. Like, it's unexplainable. You cannot tell anybody that why you're feeling so much fear. Okay, this one. The next is black tourmaline. Okay, this is also helpful. I have a jet, black jet. It's usually called jet. Okay, I have a sunstone as well. Yeah, hematite and fluorite. Okay, fluorite is also a very high vibrational stone. You can use this. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share today. I hope all of my tips, tools, remedies you have liked, and hope you will follow these and share with somebody who really needs this. And remember one thing, light is more powerful, the dark energy is not. If you allow the light, it will help you. If you stay in positive mindset and positive vibration, you will definitely come out of whatever that is, depression problem, anxiety problem, psychic attack problem, anything that is, okay, anything that is pulling you down. And because this is happening, because somebody is jealous of you, they can't see your good work, they can't see you radiating love and so much positive energy. So don't share too much pictures on social media. We all have a private life, and try to keep it private. This will help a lot, because you might attract a lot of negative energy unnecessarily. You don't need to show all the good stuff that you got to people, because that is the doorway of getting the negativity. And also, one more tip I'd like to say is, like, do not speak about your goals and plans to somebody even before you actually work on it. You work in silence and then show the results to them, because if you keep on telling them before you do something, it will definitely attract negative energy if you do not have well wishers around you, if you do not have positive people around you. So this is all I wanted to say today. I hope this has helped somebody somewhere, and thank you so much for watching. It would be really nice if you stick around with this channel, subscribe my channel, and share it with your loved ones. I would really love to see your comments, and I really feel nice when I receive comments from people all over the globe, whoever feel resonated, because there's a lot of hard work to bring you so much important information, and I have this soul mission of healing souls and helping them and improving lives of people. So namaste, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.